I want to empower you to create the schedule that is sustainable for you so that you have downtime, so that you have time to get on your mat and practice. What a tragedy to lose that, right? In the name of loving yoga so much that you teach it, you lose your practice. That's not sustainable. Hi, welcome back to Yoga Teacher Grad School. It's Q&A time. Melissa writes in and she says, Julian, I really need your help with figuring out how to balance teaching yoga with maintaining my yoga practice. The way my schedule is set up, I teach so much that I barely have time to do my own practice. And honestly, when I do, I hardly even want to roll out my mat. Melissa, thanks so much for writing in. This is a problem that a lot of yoga teachers deal with. And it can present a real challenge because in the beginning, you love practicing yoga. You have your classes that you go to, you have your teacher or your teachers that you love, maybe you do a home practice, and then you love it so much that you do teacher training and you try to turn yoga into your business, into the way you make your living. Very often, yoga teachers find that in the first year or two, they're teaching tons of classes. I'm talking 10 to 20 yoga classes a week just to try and make ends meet. This is especially true if you've transitioned into teaching yoga from some other profession where you were making good money. Yoga teachers in the beginning often don't make good money, so we end up overscheduling ourselves just to try and make ends meet. This means that you get overworked and you get burned out. And it gets even more complicated because new teachers often feel they have to demonstrate everything in every class they teach. And if you're teaching 10 to 20 classes a week and you're demonstrating every single pose, you bet you're not going to want to do your own yoga practice because your body gets tired. So that's really my first piece of advice, is figure out how to empower yourself to teach a sustainable schedule that allows time and energy for you to still do your practice. You know, what I've found over these 20 years of teaching is that there's really a feedback loop between your practice and your teaching. It's in your yoga practice that you get inspired, that you have insights, that you try out new sequences, that you get to work with the playlist you're creating and see how it feels in your body so that you know the experience that your students are going to have. Practicing yoga is really important if you want to teach. That's a no-brainer, right? For those of you that demonstrate everything in all the classes you teach, I want to encourage you to practice teaching without demonstrating all the time. This is going to start to differentiate your experience of being in the yoga room as a teacher from being in the yoga room as a student or practicing yoga at home. Get more confident and comfortable teaching yoga using your voice and looking at people's bodies, giving them cues based on what you're seeing. And bear in mind, part of the joy of having this self-employed lifestyle is you get to set your own schedule. I want to empower you to create the schedule that is sustainable for you so that you have downtime, so that you have time to get on your mat and practice. What a tragedy to lose that, right? In the name of loving yoga so much that you teach it, you lose your practice. That's not sustainable. The reason I make my free ebook available on the psychology of building a successful private yoga business is that private yoga teaching is a way to give yourself a foundation so that you don't have to teach so many public classes to make the same amount of money. What you're going to find over time here at Yoga Teacher Grad School is that you can find more and more ways to work smart and empower yourself to live your dreams in a sustainable way so that you work the number of hours you want to work, keep making more money over time per hour, and liberate yourself to have plenty of free time to do things like practice yoga and meditate and whatever else it is that makes your life rich.